Hey everyone, see some people starting to join now for office hours. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Good to see a few of you guys here already. You're very, very welcome for this very, very brief office hours session today. Feel free to say hello, tell me where you're joining from if you like to. So you can just pop the country that you're joining from into the chat. That'll be great to see where you guys are coming from today. There's a good few here already. Good to see you guys. Good to have you here. This is a pretty brief office hours session today. I just haven't done this in a little while, so I wanted to make sure I jump on and chat to you guys and answer some questions and maybe tell you about some stuff as well. Adjust this a little bit. Yeah, so I'm here for maybe say 15 or so minutes. So if you have any questions about Substack, about writing, about being a solopreneur, about building your own business as a creator, feel free to ask it now. Just pop it into the comments, and I will read it out and do my best to answer it. So I'll give you a minute to maybe write your question down if you want to, and that will be perfect. It's great to see you guys here. A couple of quick things I want to mention just while I'm here today for the session. So first of all, you would have got an email from me yesterday if you're within my audience on how to write for a living about a course that my friend Veronica Lorga Smith has created. It's called the Anti-Procrastinator Mental Gym to Get Things Done. So it's basically just how to get over procrastination. I think it's something that we all struggle with as people, and particularly as creators. If you struggle just to kind of keep going, to kind of get started with stuff, to stop getting distracted by everything that comes along. This is a great course that you can check out. The link will have been in the email that I sent yesterday, so definitely check that out. I think I shared it in the How to Write for a Living chat space as well, and in a note too. So if you if you struggle with procrastination, if you really do struggle to kind of get past it, Veronica, who is an expert, literally an expert in this, has created this really good course. So again, it's called the Anti-Procrastinator, and you can get that link in the email that I sent yesterday or in the chat. So definitely check that out while that's there. Um, Second thing I want to quickly mention is that I've got a couple of coaching spaces available. So one-to-one coaching spaces available for May. If you're interested in working with me one-to-one, you can definitely check that out and apply to join. There's an application process. Takes a few minutes to go through it and apply if you're interested. The application will also help you kind of determine if coaching is actually for you as well, if it's something that's going to suit you working with me one to one, and if not, that's okay. But definitely, I'll see if I can share the link in the chat actually. Definitely check that out as well. And if you're interested in working with me on a one to one basis for 12 months at a time, then you can definitely apply for coaching. So reach out if that is something you'd be interested in. Let me just quickly see if I can get this link for you guys. Da-da-da-da-da. Isn't this fun trying to find a link? Okay. Okay, there it is. Okay, I will pop this into the chat, and you can't click on it directly, but you can copy and paste that link into your browser, and that will take you to the application form. Um, okay, so Veronica's course, The Anti-Procrastinator, is available now, and I have 2 coaching spots available as well for May. So if you're interested in working with me, if you've been on the fence about it for a while and you want to find out more about it, you maybe want to have a chat with me about it and see if it's a good fit, then check that out. And the link is in the chat. And if coaching isn't necessarily the route you want to go down, I also have a private community called Catalyst Club, which is kind of a bit of an in between my paid tiers and full blown coaching. It's a great place to get together with other creators and um talk about how you're growing your business and your struggles and your challenges, and learn from each other. And we have weekly live events. I'm literally doing a live event immediately after this session today with somebody. So people who are part of Catalyst Club can get to join that and all the details are on my How to Write for a Living homepage as well. So there's a post there that's pinned, and actually I'll just get it for you as well. Be quicker, wouldn't it? But there's a post that's pinned on my homepage um about how to work with me. Basically lays out all the different options for that as well, which is great. And you can just go through and see if any of those options work for you. So I will paste that into the chat as well. Yeah, there you go. Okay, that's all I want to say. So let's get to your questions now. Let's see. Let me scroll back through the comments and people joining from different places, which is great. Um, so Stephen said, please 3 books that you would recommend to read. I read Bird by Bird by Anne Lamott or Lamotte, whoever say her name, and it was amazing. Stephen, what kind of books are you into? Are you talking fiction books, non-fiction books? What genre? Give me a bit of an idea of what you like, and I'll see if I've read anything in those genres that might work for you. My friend Susie says, "Hi David. When we're ready to turn on paid, how should we update our Substack beyond the paid settings page, i.e., about page, letting our current subs know with the post, etc. Thanks." Um, yeah, I think if you're turning on your paid tier, it's good to kind of think of it in like a kind of campaign sense. So I wouldn't send just one email, I'd send a series of emails over the course of a week or even a month. Not every single day, but just kind of drip feed that information to your free subscribers. It's hard to get it all packed into one post. You can have like a master post you refer back to, but maybe definitely start with that and then send out a few posts that kind of dissect that and talk about different aspects of it if you can. Even as well, do some video content. So do some Substack lives, do some YouTube stuff, do a podcast episode, whatever as well, to give people different options for learning about it. And talk about on notes a lot, obviously as well, just to kind of get it out there as much as you possibly can. But yeah, just bear in mind that your audience are probably going to need to see something a few times before they fully get what you're talking about. A good place as well to kind of get the message out is if you run like a free live event, like you go live in Substack, or you run like a free webinar or a masterclass. You kind of teach something to people, so give them some really awesome value. But then maybe also mention that you have your paid tier now as well. Then that's the next natural logical step after after doing the webinar to check out your paid tiers. So definitely, yeah, spread it out a little bit. Don't just do a one-off announcement. Try and talk about different aspects of it. So hope that's useful for you, Susie. Um, Burchaga, sorry if I'm not saying your name right. I'm in Uganda, Kampala. Listen to you. I've been to Uganda, Kampala myself. Lovely place. Cool to have you join me from there. Mark says, are you more into non-fiction or fiction works? Mark, is that reading or writing? Probably more into reading fiction. I don't really read an awful lot of non-fiction for the most part. But probably just for in both aspects. Yeah, I read and I write fiction. I might write a non-fiction book at some point in future. But yeah, definitely reading and writing. Writing there. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, I write fiction, and I'm super excited to finish the book I'm working on now. I'm very close to the end. I'm sort of getting that end stage momentum built up with that. So I'm a few chapters away from finishing my current novel. And then that's going to go to one side, and then going to start working on the next one, which is going to be the sequel to The Empress of Nim, which is my second fantasy novel in the series. So yeah, very excited about that. I think whenever you're in that stage as an author, when you know that your next book is coming, in terms of getting it either finished or starting the next one, it's really, really exciting. I was actually speaking to an author on a podcast episode yesterday that'll be coming out on Sunday about writing fiction books, about writing fantasy. So listen out for that on Sunday and see what his process looks like as well. It's really, really interesting conversation. Um, Stephen says his Dark Materials was a favorite. Haven't actually read that before, Stephen. Is that a book I should read or a series I should read? I think definitely it's maybe been on my radar in the back of my mind. I keep seeing it in bookstores whenever I go in. So definitely, if that is something you think I should read, then definitely let me know. Duncan says, "Hey David, excuse me. Hey Duncan, good to see you." Um, Mark, tell me about your books. You've been working on it for 15 years. What is it? What genre is it? Who's it for? Give us a little bit about it. And you love Dune. I'd love to read Dune too. Again, it's on our bookshelf. It's sitting there right there. I'm currently about halfway through The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. So that's a big book. So once I finish that, and I'm a slow reader, so once I finish reading that, I might read Dune or something else like that. I need to read the next Game of Thrones book as well when I get the chance. Okay, any more questions about anything about Substack, about writing, about whatever else you want to ask while I'm here? Mark says about his book, 4 Hour Species as Resonance Beings instead of being linear beings, controlled by logic. Interesting. Yeah, that sounds interesting indeed. Definitely want to hear more about that. Susie added, when we send a new post, does it still not show in our notes feed? If so, is it better to restack that article to get it in people's feeds or pull a quote? Yeah, it won't automatically go to notes, Susie, so you will have to restack it or just share it to notes or wherever else you want to share it to. And yeah, pulling a quote is always good too. What I tend to do for an article that's new is I'll just share the link to the article, just dump it into notes. You can do a little bit of an introduction to it if you want to. And then I'll also share another note, which is a pull quote. So I tend to share both of those, and then I will go back a few hours later and restack those notes as well, maybe like 5 or 6 hours after I posted them, just again to try and hit my audience in their different time zones. Um, if that makes sense. Duncan said, David, I'm currently working on writing articles for paid subscribers. However, I have a second publication which is going to stay free. Okay, that's cool. Um, yeah, I mean that's interesting. And what's your cadence like, Duncan? So do you publish every week with your paid publication, or what's your free one like? Tell me a bit more about that. Mark says, is Substack your favorite outreach to readers? Yeah, definitely. I'm experimenting with things like LinkedIn and Instagram and YouTube and things like that as well, and TikTok, I guess. But Substack's definitely still the core of stuff. I think the more I try other platforms and use them, the more I kind of I knew I love Substack the most anyway, but it kind of just reinforces, I think, the fact that I think Substack is the best platform out there at the minute for writers and for creators. It's definitely the easiest to use. Um, but yeah, I think Substack's awesome in that sense. It's funny actually being on other platforms when you see people talking about them and the great features that they have. Like I saw someone on LinkedIn talking about how it's great that if you post something on LinkedIn now, it sticks around for like 24 hours before it disappears. And I was kind of thinking that's great, but like that's almost like a short time frame for Substack. Like I posted Substack notes that can resurface like 6 months down the line. People can find them again. They sort of keep cycling through the algorithm. So it just shows you how I think Substack is at the minute so much further ahead than other platforms in that sense. They're still very much kind of operating on different terms in the past. But yeah. Yeah, Mark says, I find other platforms have word and image limits. I agree. Yeah, they definitely do. Substack probably has some sort of limits. It definitely has like an image limits. Like I think there's maybe like 6 images you can share in a note, for instance. If we're talking about the social media kind of side of things. And it probably has word limits. Haven't ever really tested what the word limit is for Substack notes. I imagine there's definitely an endpoint to that. But yeah, 6 images, Mark confirmed. But yeah, other platforms still really operate in a very limited sense, and Substack seems to kind of really push the boundaries of that. So I hope they continue to do that and maintain that like difference between those, I guess, legacy platforms like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and LinkedIn and things like that. Okay, any more questions really quick before we wrap this one up? This is just a very short session today. Still 70 people here, which is great. But as I said, I've got another session to go to straight after this. So um, it's great to spend this time with you guys. Quick reminder about Veronica Lorca Smith's anti-procrastinator course. It's you'll get it in my one of my most recent notes in the post I sent, I think, yesterday. Just go back to your email, check that out, go back to my Substack homepage, and you'll be able to find that post as well. Check out that course; it's really, really good. If you find yourself procrastinating a lot, then definitely that's a good course to check out. Veronica's someone who's really been able to overcome procrastination. Um, and also, I have 2 coaching spots available in May. So if you're interested in working with me one to one, again, you can find information about how to work with me on any basis on the pinned post that's on my Substack How to Write for a Living homepage. So you can check that out and see if anything there is a good fit, and you can apply if you're interested in working with me on one to one basis. Um, Duncan says, I have 2 publications. One is called The Sage World, where I share my poetry, essays, and articles. And the second one is Neuro Heart, where I fit who are neurodivergent, share my thoughts and experiences of being a neurodivergent individual. Brilliant. That's awesome. Really important to share that too. That sounds really cool, Duncan. Um, Mark says, I find it hard to ask for paid since I only have 140 subscribers. Turn it on anyway, Mark. You can think about how to kind of like launch it, kind of like soft launch it by turning it on, turn on your pay tier, but you can think about how you're going to maybe fully launch it later. I know that some of my coaching clients have done that kind of stuff and it's working really well. So, yeah, don't be afraid to turn it on because someone out there will always be willing and able to pay you for your free content as well. Brilliant. Susie, thanks for your time. No problem, Susie. Stephen, thank you. I'll DM you Bohemian Rhapsody. Perfect. You can do that. But yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for being here. I know this is just a short session today, but I want to get a bit of a catch up and touch base with you guys while I'm here. And yeah, I'm gonna jump on to my next session in Catalyst Club now. And if you're interested in joining that community again, just reach out and let me know. But yeah, I'll reshare this replay onto YouTube. You can check out my YouTube channel as well. And watch all the previous replays as well. But great to be here with you guys. Thanks for listening to me yammering on here for nearly 20 minutes. And it's great to have 75 people here. Have a great day. Enjoy Substack. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.